Thank you for watching videos by Jeff Sibelius and LandAirPhotos.com. Are you thinking about buying a Parrot Anafi drone? Watch this episode for a close look at the Anafi to help you decide if it's right for you. Before we get started, this episode is part of an entire series of videos designed to make you a better, safer drone pilot. If you want to learn about drone flying, take this opportunity to subscribe to the channel. Just click the little cartoon Jeff on screen right now to subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you'll be notified when I post again. I've flown the Anafi for a while now. As you'll learn over the course of this review, my observations about the Anafi range from the really good to the really bad. It's a frustrating mixed bag of good features and really dumb design elements. First, let's talk about the build quality. On the plus side, the actual frame of the drone feels very durable. It's actually easy to overlook this because of how light the drone is. I'm less impressed with the propellers, which are so thin you can actually see through them. And for some reason, Parrot built the Anafi with propellers that require a tool to change. That's just stupid. The body has several openings which should allow for good airflow on hot days, but it will also allow a lot of dust to get into the drone's interior. The gimbal is fragile, as all gimbals are. The frame offers some protection to the gimbal, which is a nice touch. The drone does not ship with any gimbal guard. The case does hold the camera in place for transportation, but I'd really prefer a separate gimbal guard so I'm not forced to use the case. The most frustrating aspect of the Anafi's design is the media card slot. Hidden beneath the battery, the card lays in a flat slot and is held in place by a flimsy tin gate. To access the card, you must slide the gate down, then flip it up. To insert a card, you have to line it up just right, then keep it in place as you close the gate and slide it into position. So how bad is this gate? When I was shooting the video to show you how bad the gate is, it broke off. Once that happens, your drone can't record anything until you get it fixed. Also, you can easily put a card in so it appears to be properly seated, but actually isn't. And this could result in pictures and videos not being written to the card. Fortunately, you can copy your pictures and videos off your media card by plugging a USB-C cable into the battery charging port and connecting it to your computer. But every time you need to replace the card, just know you'll have to tinker with this poorly planned media card slot. Your best bet is to get a big card and leave it there permanently. The general shape of this drone is long and thin, unlike the more square shapes of other drones. Compare the body of the Anafi to the Mavic Air and you'll see it's longer and thinner. It's even longer than the Mavic Pro. More on that in a minute. Like many of the newer drones, the Anafi's camera sits very close to the ground. You'll need to be careful when you launch and land so the camera doesn't get damaged. The remote controller is very solid. It seems a bit bulky, especially the antenna portion that holds the smart device, and it actually weighs more than the drone itself. The quality of the Anafi remote controller is very good though. It feels good in the hand and I like the sticks and knobs. They have a nice quality feel to them. By the way, don't go looking for an off button on the Anafi controller. There isn't one. The controller starts when you open the antenna and smart device holder, and it shuts off when you close it. The smart device holder doesn't hold anything larger than phones, which is unfortunate. Parrot plans to release an adapter so you can use larger devices. That's really smart on their part. Autel should have done this for the Evo a long time ago. The Anafi comes with a form-fitting case. At first glance, it's a nice case, although it looks like a little drone coffin. The more I use this case, however, the less I like it. First, why not have a case that holds the drone, controller, a couple batteries, a smart device cable, the things you actually need to take with you. You'll need a second case to put the first case into, along with the other things you need. So it makes me wonder, why have the first case in the first place? Especially since, as I said before, the Anafi has such a long body. Put that drone body in the little drone coffin and the two take up a lot of length space. Even though the drone is small, you're still going to need a fairly large case, so the smaller case and other items will fit. And remember, it doesn't come with a gimbal guard, so you need some kind of case to protect it. Parrot sells an expanded bundle for the Anafi that costs $200 more, and you get 2 extra batteries and the case that should have been included in the first place. This new case is large enough to carry everything you need. Batteries cost $100 each, so you essentially get the larger case for free when you buy the expanded bundle. The batteries charge with your standard USB-C cable, which is really nice. No proprietary battery charger. Unfortunately, they take twice as long to charge as the batteries for other drones. You can buy a third-party battery charger that will speed up the process, but then you're back to needing a separate charger and lose the value of using the USB-C cable. The solution is to have lots of extra batteries, which is another reason why you should buy the expanded bundle for $8.99 rather than the basic Anafi for $6.99. The Anafi is extremely easy to fly. I think its default speed setting is pretty slow, but the app gives you plenty of options for increasing the drone's responsiveness and speed. You can change the flight mode from film to speed to make the drone a lot peppier. This drone is clearly designed for beginners to use. Unlike most drones, you can't launch the drone manually, or if you can, I haven't figured out how to do it. Launching a drone manually is pretty simple. I don't know why I need a button to do it for me. You launch by pushing an auto launch button on the transmitter or on the app. The drone starts up and launches a few feet off the ground, hovering while waiting for your command. You can use this same button to land the Anafi automatically, or you can land it yourself by pulling the left stick back. At least you can do that manually. For a drone with an obvious beginner feature like forced auto launch, I'm surprised that the Anafi doesn't include obstacle avoidance. I'm not a big fan of obstacle avoidance, I never use it, but I know it's a very popular feature for new pilots. Another unusual feature is that the Anafi automatically starts recording video as soon as you launch, and stops recording when you land. You can, of course, stop and start recordings during your flight as often as you'd like, but when you launch or land, it's automatically done. It's an odd feature to program into the drone, but I actually like it. I always start recording when I launch, and it's nice to have the drone stop recording at landing. This is easy to forget to do, and if you forget it on other drones, you'll lose the last portion of your video. By the way, if you don't like that feature, you can disable it. I've been getting flight times of 21 to 23 minutes, running the battery down to low warning levels. One way I like to test a drone is to see how it holds its position in an extended hover. The Anafi didn't do very well, moving around quite a bit during the hover. The same held true for a slow 360-degree yaw. I don't normally do range tests to see how far any drone will go, but I did want to push the Anafi a little. I used a spotter and attempted to fly 2,000 feet away on 2 flights. I didn't get there. The Anafi got as far as 1,600 feet before it gave me indications of a low signal, so I stopped the test and brought it back immediately. Now let's be clear. 1,600 feet is beyond the range where you can see the Anafi, so you shouldn't be flying it that far anyway. Of greater concern to me, however, was that I experienced moments of video loss even when the Anafi was less than half that distance away. When I flew it at a drone club gathering, it had all kinds of problems with interference from other drones even when it was less than 100 feet away. And I have experienced Wi-Fi interruptions as close as 50 feet away. The reliable range on the Anafi is less than what I've found with any other drone except perhaps the Q500, which is several years old. This is the biggest weakness I've found with the Anafi. Like the Autel Evo, the Anafi does not have no-fly zones built in, which is a positive feature for most pilots who think drone manufacturers shouldn't try to be your mom. You can set a geofence for yourself, creating a maximum distance the drone can fly from your location. But Parrot has chosen not to control what you do with the product you paid for, and that's a good thing. As you can see, the Anafi is a really quiet drone, and a lot of people think that's a great feature. I can see a lot of applications for that, particularly when you're shooting things like weddings. Parrot claims the Anafi will fly in winds up to 50 kilometers per hour or 31 miles per hour. Here's the Parrot bouncing around in winds of about 17 miles per hour. Do you really think it could handle winds of almost twice this much? I found the Parrot to be less capable in wind than most other drones I've flown, which limits the number of days you can fly it safely. Now let's talk about the most important function of the Anafi, its video capabilities. In this category, the Anafi scores very well. The Anafi shoots 4K video up to 30 frames per second and 1080p video at 60 frames per second. Video quality from the Anafi is very good. By default, I think it tends to meter a little bright, but you can adjust for that. Even using the auto settings for your video results in imagery that cleans up well in post-production. It does have an AE lock button in the app, so you can lock your exposure to avoid light blooming where the exposure changes in mid-shot like this. The design of the aircraft helps to keep props out of your shots as well. The Anafi is the best drone I've flown for keeping props out of shots. The strongest selling point for the Anafi, other than its price, is that it has 3 photographic capabilities you don't typically find elsewhere. First, while most drone cameras offer a 90-degree tilt, straight forward to straight down, the Anafi offers the ability to pan 180 degrees, from straight down to straight up. No other drone I'm aware of, not even the mighty Inspire 2, lets you do that. The Anafi also features a lossless zoom. At 1080p, the zoom is 2.8x. At 4K, it's 1.4x. This is the digital zoom, but it works extremely well. Finally, the Anafi offers an HDR setting to help you retain details in low and high brightness regions of your image. Here is a comparison of regular and HDR footage from the Anafi. When would you use HDR? When shooting in high contrast situations, like this shot of a building with heavy shadows. I found the interface to be easy to use and intuitive, and unlike the DJI's Go 4 app, it worked flawlessly with my Samsung 8 phone. The only thing I didn't like about it is that the video stream seems to be a very low frame rate, resulting in a jittery feed. The app provides access to several intelligent flight modes and programmed droning patterns. Other modes are available, including touch fly, flight plan, that's waypoints, and point of interest, but you will have to pay a total of $36 more to unlock those features. That sucks. As you can tell, the Anafi has been a frustrating drone for me. It has great features, that 180-degree tilt on the gimbal and HDR most notably. It doesn't have a no-fly zone built in, it's quiet, and it shoots great video. But it has some real shortcomings too. No obstacle avoidance, extra fees to get all of its flight modes, fragile propellers that require a tool to change, the easy break media card gate, and worst of all, an unreliable Wi-Fi connection for its control signal. The Anafi lists for $6.99, but it often goes on sale. I see it for $5.99 right now. Its closest competitor in terms of price is the Mavic Air. Right now, for $6.99 you can get the Mavic Air on Amazon, or for $100 more, you can buy a Mavic Air anywhere else. Even though the Air is more expensive, it uses DJI's frustrating Go 4 app, and it has the infamous DJI no-fly zone crap. I think it's a better choice for most users. My Air has consistently given me rock-solid connection and better performance in the wind. I'll concede, the Anafi is the right choice for some people, including people who want to save up to $200 on the drone, people who don't want a no-fly zone, people who dislike DJI, people who want the creativity afforded by the 180-degree tilt gimbal. If you're going to buy the Anafi, order the expanded pack and spend $7.99 for the drone, extra batteries, and a case that appears to be worth having. That's the same price as the Mavic Air in most cases, and you don't get extra batteries or a decent case with the Mavic. As someone who flies commercially, I like having the Parrot in my toolbox to get some interesting shots that no other drone can provide. For me, it's a specialized tool as opposed to my everyday drone. The bottom line for me is, I like the Anafi a lot, but with the mediocre wind performance and unreliable Wi-Fi connection, I just can't rely on it. Thank you for watching this video. I set up a Facebook group to make it easier for us to talk and arrange opportunities to fly together. Follow the link in the description below to sign up for the group. On screen you'll find links to more videos on how to fly drones, so please check them out. Before you go, be sure to hit the like button. Also, subscribe to this channel so you know when more videos are released. Thanks for watching.